on Impact Wrestling. TNA. I can't believe it. TNA is back. I'm still calling it Impact. I've been so long. But TNA Wrestling, Sam Letourneau, welcome back.
Thank you so much. I'm always so glad to be here, and like, what an amazing introduction.
Tag team tournament.
Absolutely. There's so much to look forward to in the coming months here. We brought wrestling back to the Bronx. We're bringing tag team wrestling to the Bronx. It's going to be a hell of a night, hell of a couple of months.
And we're getting things kicked off very early with a match with major implications. Number one contender for the Grand Championship to be decided.
And like I said in the ring, we here at We Are Wrestling, we will contractually still uphold Janai Kai's shot at the We Are Wrestling Grand Championship. Whenever Janai Kai is once again available to come to We Are Wrestling, she will get a Grand Championship shot when she is ready. I'm not taking that away from her, but she's a busy woman.
She is a busy woman, but I'm sure she's going to hear that message that you delivered, so hopefully she doesn't surprise someone.
No.
I don't know, but no less, congratulations to the success of Janai Kai recently. We're so happy to have her when she is back.
Yes.
Major implications. She does have a bit of an ace in her sleeve right now.
Yeah, I mean, touring Japan, as I stated in the ring, the reigning and defending MLW featherweight champion. I apologize, featherweight champion. I mean, she probably could be a middleweight champion if she wanted to. Listen, those kicks are lethal.
Absolutely, we've seen her in intergender action here. She's defeated Trish Adora. It's wild. But this man, Jarett Diaz, has been making quite a stir over the past year here in the South. Last show at We Are Wrestling Deja Vu, he defeated Landon Hale, another up-and-comer, right? So he's very much so earning his keep here. And I have a feeling that this is going to be a battle of New York versus New England, baby.
You know, I mentioned this on social media just a couple days ago. I mean, granted, Sam is a television talent now. But besides, O'Shea Edwards, who's here from the Baltimore area,
yes.
Besides Ruthless Lala, who we hope will be here tonight, who's from originally the Texas area, and our grand champion, Rob Killjoy from South Carolina, every single individual on this show is from the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, or Massachusetts area. This is legitimately a super local show when you think about it.
It's a testament to the fact that we are not only introducing New York homegrowns, Northeast homegrowns, but we're cultivating them, which is so much more important.
And this match, the winner, as you said, before things kicked off, Pete, will be the number one contender to Rob Killjoy or O'Shea Edwards Grand Championship.
Don't let Killjoy hear you say that.
Well, that's if he can walk out of here with the title.
I've seen these two cross paths within the confines of a tag team match, but I haven't actually seen them in singles action. They've shared a lot of locker rooms. I know they're familiar with each other, and they do have very complementary styles.
Yeah, first time ever match here. It seems to be a knack of us here at We Are Wrestling putting together some first time evers. You got a couple tonight, including Darius Carter versus number one Ichiban. Later on tonight, another first time ever match. But yes, Sam, the first time that Dustin Waller and Jarett Diaz are facing each other in singles action.
Yes, but both men no strangers to championship gold, right? We know that Waller does hold a tag team title at another place I can't mention, but
right.
Former BST champion won an Iron Man match, holding that title for over 600 days.
Yeah.
That's so unheard of in today's wrestling culture within the indies, I think.
And when you think about the fact that most people think of Dustin Waller solely as a tag team wrestler, but the fact that he held a major singles title for that long, he has a resume as a singles champion.
Exactly. And Jarett Diaz, so much charisma. I know that Alphonse and I got to call the last match of his 3 months ago, and I was on the edge of my feet between him and Landon. It really was very touch and go. We didn't know who was going to win that match, Alphonse.
And especially Jarett Diaz, very successful in the confines of We Are Wrestling. With the exception of Rumble matches decided by pinfall or submission,
Ooh.
He's undefeated here in We Are Wrestling.
That's right, he did. He was a part of the losing contingent in that Welcome to the Bronx Rumble way back in 2022.
Oh, cover.
But you got to ask yourself the question, when you look at these two, Dustin Waller, even though he's had a singles championship of significant length in a title reign, he primarily wrestles in tag team matches,
Yep.
whereas Jarett Diaz, he's had his fair share of singles matches. So will being a tag team specialist come back to haunt Dustin Waller in this match?
Well, not to mention, Jarett has spent time in tag teams as well as part of the Bodega Boys with Matt Awesome. You know, he has been out there on the tag team circuit, but you're right. Jarett has spent a lot more time as a singles competitor than Dustin Waller.
Absolutely, and I do know that Dustin, of course, trains, singles matches, practice matches at training, but it's a whole nother beast when you're live in front of a crowd. Anything can happen, as we just saw there. Ooh, that hurt.
Double chop right to the chest has Jarett Diaz reeling in that corner as we see the snapmare takeover from Dustin Waller.
And, to the point of, Waller being associated with tag team wrestling more so, I think there's something beautiful about sticking with your tag team partner, but there's always a time and place to have your skills be put on display. And, he's looking to do that tonight. Jarett Diaz, not so much with a lot to prove, but I think with a lot that he wants to continue to show this audience of what he's capable of.
It's interesting, the Miracle Generation, both in one-on-one matches this week. Kylon King, I think literally just yesterday.
Was it Brian Malonis?
Yeah, in a singles matchup last night.
Saw that German online. I
Yeah.
can't believe he bodied him over. Speaking of bodying.
Did he go from a power slam to like a Falcon Arrow?
Yeah.
Wow, mid-transition.
And no one ever kicks out of the Falcon Arrow. Jarett Diaz, the absolute first person ever.
And instincts are a thing. I know Dustin Waller, when the going gets tough for him, might want to reach out for a tag, but there's nobody for him to tag tonight.
Absolutely, and right now I think that he might have allowed his interaction with the audience to get the best of him. Jarett Diaz clearly seeing what he had planned, going for that code breaker there. Now Waller on the outside, Diaz firing up in ring. Uh-oh. Oh, he nails it, boys.
And going over the turnbuckles. You're used to seeing people tope over the middle of the ropes or through the ropes. He went over the turnbuckle, Sam.
The agility and the easy as Alphonse.
Well, when things go in the air in New York, the apple comes up, as evidenced by Jarett Diaz's ring attire tonight.
Exactly.
Anytime you hear Narco and a Diaz comes out, it's always exciting. Oh, well, look at the power! Jarett Diaz!
Whoa!
Huge sit-out powerbomb!
This could be it. Wow.
And you got to wonder, though, if Jarett made a wise decision there. He had Dustin in a pinning predicament. Ref Yardley was actually counting the pin there, and he picked Waller up anyway for the powerbomb.
But did you see Waller kind of landed on his neck? I don't know how much
That's
of an
what
effect.
I was thinking.
I don't know how much of an effect, Sam, that's going to have on him in this match, or if he may be hurt after that.
Absolutely, yeah. Anything having to do with the upper neck, the trapezoids, that can cause a wrestler to go into panic real quick. But Dustin has been in some. Oh, pin. Very smart move by him. But as I was saying, Dustin's been in some very high-pressure situations where he's quite literally been concussed in the ring and continued. So I have faith in him in that regard. But Jarett Diaz firing up here. A #1 contender will be crowned tonight. It's anyone's game.
I hope Rob Killjoy and O'Shea Edwards in the back are paying attention to this match.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, he went for the handspring.
Oh, Diaz had him scouted. But look at this Waller just knowing what's next. Wow.
Talk about having people scouted.
And going for it again, he connects.
Here's a cover. 1, 2, and no, only a 2 count. And did you see on the way down on that cutter, Jarett Diaz literally spiked on the top of his head.
Little comeuppance there, you know.
But you talk about these two gentlemen know each other so well, and you saw that in that sequence there. Jarett able to avoid the handspring, and then Waller able to avoid the springboard.
Definitely a common strain here is that both these men like the high rent district, but big risk, sometimes not so big reward there. Jarett Diaz with a haymaker to Waller. Now these two exchanging forearms, center of the ring, super kick. Oh my God.
The action is furious here in this opening contest with major implications on the line. #1 contender will be crowned.
And Waller giving his all here, but Diaz seems not willing to relent.
Oh, he caught him.
Cross Bronx.
Uh-oh.
The Cross Bronx.
That's his move. 1, 2, and 3. We've got a new #1 contender.
Here is your winner, and now the #1 contender for the Grand Championship, your very own Jarett Diaz.
The closer now has the Grand Championship in his
Psych.
And the question will be, will he be facing Rob Killjoy? Will he be facing O'Shea Edwards when he does get that shot at the Grand Championship?
One thing's for sure, we will be seeing the crowning between that of either Killjoy retaining, O'Shea perhaps becoming the new champion. Anything can happen. One thing I know is that Jarett Diaz, a student of the game, he will be watching that match.
I'm Katrina Storm here with Dustin Waller, and so you just had a #1 contendership match with Jarett Diaz. Unfortunately, you did not win. So what is going through your head right now?
I got a lot of emotions going through my head. You mentioned the #1 contenders match. This is my first singles match here at We Are Wrestling, and this wasn't advertised as a #1 contenders match. So moments before we walk out the curtain, when you hear that come out of the announcer's mouth, it motivates you. There's something on the line now. And Jarett's one of my good friends. We've known each other for about 3 years, but never yet have touched each other in the ring until tonight. So while I'm upset, I'm happy because me and Jarett tore the house down. We did what we had to do. And when the rematch happens, hopefully it's when he's the grand champion, and then we can run it back. So I'm happy.
So Dustin, what can we expect from you going forward? This is your debut match here at We Are Wrestling, and so what can we expect from you here at WAW?
You could expect as much as they're willing to give me at the end of the day. I want to be here as much as I can. Jarett and anyone. The grand champ, you got Rob Killjoy as the champion. O'Shea Edwards, it really doesn't matter who it is. Anyone, I'm here and I want the best.
Thank you so much, Dustin.